Alright, this is Andrew with Jodo Home Inspections. We are doing a sewer scope today, May 25th, 2026. We're at 1523 Park Street. I have the camera pushed out 140 feet to the city connection. I mean, this is a pretty long line. I've ran water to help push the camera out, and so I'm going to give that just a minute to finish draining, and then I'll start to pull it back. This is a longer line than what's average. Average length of a line is about 100 feet out, so this is definitely on the longer side. Alright, so that first connection point is called the nose-on. That's where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. And it looks like, right off the bat, it's cast iron, which it's not uncommon to have cast iron under the house. In fact, that's incredibly common. That's what I would expect. But it's less common to have it all the way out to the street. Usually you'll have cast under the house and then clay through the yard, which clay isn't great, but it's better than cast. Cast iron gets really rough and rusty, which you can see on the screen. It will eventually need to be replaced. You can blow in a liner, and that's like having a new pipe in the old pipe, and so that can be a good option. That can save some money, but it's still pretty costly to do a liner. You also have cast iron under the house, and we're going to talk about a couple bellies. So right now we're starting to go underwater, and that's a sign that, at least through this area, you don't have very good grade. So that was a pretty short one, but under the house, you'll notice there's a lot longer of a belly. And the only way to fix a belly is to dig it up and correct the slope. First thing I'd recommend here is getting the line cleaned, and for a couple of reasons. So first, it's going to make it smoother so that it's less likely for waste to get caught. But then also, it makes it so that you can evaluate it better. I can see that it's cast, I can see where it's holding water, but once you clean it, you can see if there's channel rot, if the bottom of the pipe has eroded away, or how good or how bad it looks once it's been cleaned. I think that would be really beneficial here, and I think it's warranted with the amount of rust and buildup that there is. If it was smoother, no standing water, then I'd say great. You know, you still want to get the insurance, prepare for it to eventually need to be replaced. But you can get insurance with a company called HomeServe. They actually call it sewer line protection. They don't call it insurance for whatever reason, but I would recommend getting that sewer line protection, and that would help offset the cost. If it fails, or if it backs up, they will come and clear it for you. And it's pretty inexpensive. It's about $15 a month or so, and I think that's well worth it. You can also get it on your water service pipe, so the pipe that brings the water to the house. That one's only about $5 a month, also very worth it. Still going through cast. Haven't gone back underwater, which is good. It might be worth checking with the city. You can get a map of your sewer line and confirm that you have your own line. Sometimes it's shared with a neighbor. 1920s, that would have been, well, still possible. I noticed more a little earlier, but it's best to not have a shared line. Otherwise, if you have an issue, the neighbor can contribute to it. Or if you're having a backup and the neighbor doesn't know, they can be backing your house up, or vice versa. Sometimes it works out in your advantage, but usually not. You also can't get insurance on a shared line. So it's starting to go underwater here at about 34 feet. Kind of bobbing in and out, so it's probably about an inch, right around the camera height. You actually might not have cast under the house. This looks more like, hard to be positive when I'm going in and out of water, but it looks more like transite. Oh, that's cast, and so there's at least some, but maybe a combination of a couple different types of pipe under the house. I think more concerning than the cast is the standing water. With cast, you can at least put in a liner, but when you have standing water, sometimes you have to dig it up, and that could mean digging up under the basement slab in the house, which is a much bigger nuisance and cost. Next step I would recommend is getting this line cleaned and then evaluate it again and then going from there. Regardless, I'd recommend getting the insurance. I'm going to end this recording now.